Hello everyone, I hope you're all well. Today's video features Clyde Sutton Sensei, and in this clip he completely deconstructs the famous Aikido Unbendable arm exercise. In fact, he even questions why it's even called the Unbendable arm. He looks at some very interesting aspects of this, including the notion that we should allow our body to do what it naturally does rather than consciously overthink stuff, let your conscious system take over, if you like. Some really good stuff in here. It follows on from the session he did at last year's summer camp, which created a lot of discussion. Some of the audio is a little bit low, my apologies, that was my fault. But I still hope you find this useful and interesting. Enjoy it.
Over summer camp, I was talking about the mechanics of the unbendable arm. What's the intention of the unbendable arm? We set up here. So what's my intention here? What's my intention?
You're unbended?
Wrong. No, absolutely wrong. Okay, that's at least 20 points off for your turn. Okay, so you're well into negative at this stage. What's the psychology here? Now, we use the elbow because it's the least complex joint in the body to experience oppositional movement or pairs of opposite muscles work. Because basically all I've got is the tricep, the biceps and the triceps. And I have to inhibit the biceps because any tension is causing my own arm to bend. But there's a psychology here. And to be honest, the unbendable arm is the worst possible name they could have given it. Because it's nothing to do with whether my arm bends or not. So Max, if I'm lucky, should be able to bend my arm. No, both your arms on it. Okay. So you choose the strongest person in the room. Bend my arm because, something quick. Look at the size of my triceps. Am I really going to be able to beat both his arms? Non-competitive. Okay, it's a non-competitive martial art. I'm sensei. So obviously, I have to be the most non-competitive of the non-competitive, don't I? That's really important because as sensei, I've got to be the best, so I've got to be the most non-competitive. And the only way I can show it is by, this is the unbendable arm. So no way my arm can bend, okay? Because that's what the title has said. I know he's going to pull that, and I know he's going to win, so I'm going to put a little bit of pressure back into his shoulder. And now it makes it a lot harder because I'm messing up with the structure, okay? You'll get me. Okay. But as soon as I think it's about my arm not bending, I've lost the whole point of the exercise. The exercise is for me to simply, we're putting a program into the system. Okay? And if the program I'm putting into the system is I will cheat to make sure I look good on YouTube, okay? Because 1,000 people are going to look at this and think, man, that sensei's shit because his arm bent. Aren't they? Yeah? Okay, so I am programming into my system subconsciously that I've got to win. And I'm not paying attention to the fact that the only purpose of this is for me to experience relaxation completely on this arm, on this muscle group or muscle. So go ahead. So I want to relax that one. Keep going. Took a bit of work on his part, didn't it? But if I can figure out how to relax completely and allow the system, which is far more complex than my conscious mind can comprehend, allow the system to absorb that energy that he's putting in, I suddenly become a lot stronger. Okay, so that's what these key tests were all about. Whatever the key test is, whether it's getting your fingers pulled apart, whether it's getting your elbow bent or whatever, it has nothing to do with whether your elbow bends or not. But, having the name of, there may be unbendable arm, but maybe it can bend or whatever, doesn't work. The next thing about the unbendable arm is, if it's completely straight, it has very little strength. So there's a point about there at maximum strength. So my arm's bent anyway, so calling it the unbendable arm is ridiculous for a start, isn't it? Because part of the process is it bends to the point of maximum efficiency. If it goes past that, it collapses again. So if it goes to here, and I think, where's my one point? Relax into that one point. And it's already taken me out of all of that headspace if I need to compete with you. Okay? And I'm feeling from my 1 point, not into there, because there's just, but I'm feeling into my feet. And it's because I took the self-awareness that needs to win and needs to do all of these things away. And that's what every one of these key principles is about. So if I'm keeping 1 point absolutely correctly, I am automatically, that sense of extension through my body, that sense of 1 point at the center. Koichi Tohei says, if you are doing any one of those absolutely correctly, you are doing all three at the same time. And that is so important.